to a whole new season of Real Talk 2.0 Monday edition. Monday, 7 p.m. And if you catch us on, what is it, Friday?
Yeah.
You catch us on YouTube on Friday, you'll see the whole video thing. You'll see the reactions and all that other stuff. But first off, for those that just joined us for the first time, don't know why, but I'm Red.
And I'm Latif.
And listen, we picked a subject because this subject is based because spring is in the air. People are taking off all that heavy garments. They're trying to look their best, go out there, meet that person that hopefully they can fall in love with, But Latif had to ask the question, what is love in a relationship? You said in a relationship, right? Because, love is energy. That's power right there. But what do you think love is?
I meant trust. I meant the things you always say: trust, loyalty, respect, ups and downs. Not crazy downs, but things aren't going to always be perfect.
No, they are not, especially in a relationship. Very rarely do things work out perfectly 24/7 a day. How I view love, I'm glad that you brought up that trust, loyalty, respect thing. I think that was our first conversation that we ever had. But you know what? I not only is love energy, and the reason why it is energy within a relationship, because when you're around that person, it's like you never want to leave out of their presence. No, you really don't.
In the beginning.
Well, in the beginning, for a lot of us, it's like I'm happier when I'm around you than when I'm not around you.
Right.
I think love also sparks that warm fuzzy feeling. When you know that you're in love with someone, you have that warm fuzzy feeling. I think that's why in the beginning of a relationship, you stay on the phone for hours without sleeping. You got to go to work the next morning and stuff like that, because you have that tingly sensation. You're starting to feel that energy.
Right.
But most importantly, love gives us, I believe, the ability to want to see another person grow. A lot of people, what's that word, that are opportunists, and they go into a relationship saying, oh, this person can help me do this person can help me do this, this person can help me relieve my stress, however that happens, but you know how it happens.
I was just thinking, I wonder if that's different. You say opportunist, is that different for men versus women?
Well, we're going to get into that. But I think that when you are truly in love, you want the best for the other person. You put yourself to the back burner. Prime example, children. You always put yourself, you love your children, you put yourself to the back burner. We have heard the stories growing up of all the sacrifices that our parents made, our grandparents made, our great-great-grandparents made. We've heard all about those sacrifices. Those sacrifices were due to love. Nothing more, nothing less. Would you agree or disagree with that?
For the most part.
Well, tell me what you don't agree with.
This has nothing to do with the conversation. Sometimes as a mother, it's just like you lucky you such this age. If you was...
Well, that's love.
Yeah, that's love. But sometimes you feel like, shit, I brought you into this world. Now I gotta, sometimes I'm just kidding.
Wow.
As a mom, I still love them. But at the forefront, it's like you're getting on my nerves and I have to do this.
You have to.
It is out of love when you think about it. But that's a whole different.
That's all I'm saying.
That's something for what she said.
I got my arm around you and everything to let the audience know that I love you. I love you. No, but for real, I think with children, we sacrifice, and we may be a little perturbed, a little bit upset. I think it's a growth thing as well, because if you're a young parent and you're used to partying every weekend, you're used to hanging out, this no longer happens, And it takes a rude awakening that one time when your usual person that volunteers the baby says like, nah, boo-boo, you got to stay home with your child. I want to go out this weekend. And, at first you might be mad at the world and hate that person for telling you no. But then again, no, seriously, I'm being realistic. Right. I'm giving real talk.
Oh, no, I know. It feels like you're fighting an addiction. You scratch you.
But reality starts to sink in, and then you might, during that temper tantrum of throwing the phone and everything else, you look over at that child, and you might just click, like, yeah, I need to spend some quality time with my child. These people will still be out here, that club will still be out here, that bar will still be out here, but this child is going to grow quickly. And I think that's where the energy of love, takes hold, because you look at that child and you're like, oh my God, it's growing every day, saying different words every day. It's doing different things every day. And that energy is transferable.
Right.
That love energy is transferable.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what are some of these things that you just don't agree with? Come on.
What? For which one? With the children?
I don't know. With anything.
No, I would say children transfer love, and children can turn your frown upside down easily anyway.
Yes.
They always say the right things.
Right.
They seem to know more better ways to comfort even than adults, your best friend, anybody's advice. A child to come in and just like that, put everything in perspective with their love. So but no, what was I disagreeing about?
I don't know. You probably said that. I disagree with a few of those things, and I'm.
Oh no, I was making a joke about.
Okay.
No,
okay. I think that we being social creatures are always seeking love, not so much acceptance, but love. A lot of people confuse that, that word love with acceptance. They're not the same thing. Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm saying, I think up until a certain age you're seeking it. But as an adult, I don't think you're seeking it. It's just
I know full-fledged adults that will seek validation or
love.
acceptance.
I know that.
Equate that to love. Like, this person really does love me because they actually. Well, you know what? I'm seeking love. I'm saying up until a certain age. I think once you hit a certain age, it's not about seeking love. It's about coming to the realization if these relationships, is it really love? Is it, physical attraction? Is it, if it's not, something romantic? Is it just because, I'm a pushover? Right. Is it, it's not about looking for love, but it's like, okay, let me filter out the people in my life where it is real love. Well, you know what? I think that if we tap into, and this is where I get all metaphysical, I think that if we tap into our base selves, take ego out the picture. Because a lot of times we get in relationships, what do they call it? The trophy wife and, the taking care of woman. And we're all, looking at these things. But love, again, I come back to energy. You will know when that spark hits. Now you can screw that up looking for something else that has nothing to do with love. You might be, I want a guy with big muscles and this, that, and other, but the spark hit, and that's all you're focused on. Or I need a dime piece so I can walk around and have that on my arm, but you felt the spark and you ignored the possibility of love. And I think that's another way that people get in their own way, especially with relationships. They're not looking for love. They're looking for everything but love. And love becomes a sidecar to everything else. It's like, if we fall in love. How many times have you heard, we watch it on TV and stuff like that, of people that are in relationships that are unhappy as heck? They're extremely unhappy, but they chalk it off, she still looks good, or he still looks good, or he makes a whole lot of money, or she makes a whole lot of money. We look at these things and then say, you know what, there's no love there's no love there. Yeah,
after a certain age. Up until a certain age. Or I guess it's a maturity thing.
I think it's a mindset thing. We always come back to that word. I think it's all about where your mind is at. Yes, it's like the person that finds religion when they're 70 years old because they figure out that, hey, listen, I'm coming to the end of this ride.
Right.
A lot of people, they go out there and make all the wrong choices, do all the wrong things in the name of love, and then when they hit that age, they're like, I need to settle down. That
goes, what you were saying before, goes back to grandparents, great-grandparents, depending on your age. But you know why a lot of times their marriages work because they, you know, one, because it was like getting a divorce was like, oh my God, like putting a tattoo back in your face.
Back in the day.
Yeah, I'm about to say, a lot of times, you know, somebody had a child, not just the men, women too, you know.
Right.
And, you know, it was like a lot of stuff going on.
Right.
But they didn't, you know, they said they were sticking through it for the sake of love, when really it was for the sake of shame, the sake of maybe financial, you know, stability.
Well, you bring up some valid points, and you know that's why I like this generation as much as I think they're crazy, is because they are, hey, it's not working, it's done. You know, this is the way they look at life. If it's not fulfilling my needs, it's a very selfish generation. It's a very selfish generation. But there's certain things that they're actually making the world. You brought up our grandparents and our great grandparents. Yeah, that was basically seeking validation. They didn't realize it back then. All they thought of,
like that.
if I get a divorce, man and or woman thinking I want a divorce, what will my neighbors think? Well, boo-boo, if you're miserable, what difference does it make what your neighbors think?
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, if you're extremely unhappy, what difference does it make what your neighbors think? You know, this generation is just like, I don't care what my neighbors think. I can't do this anymore. You know, no, seriously. You know, and I think of a lot of people, and I'm not trying to mess up anybody's relationship, but there's no reason in this day and age to basically settle.
Right.
You know, and I don't mean settle in like, oh, well, he or she isn't making a ton of money, or he or she doesn't have the same career as I have. I'm not saying like that. But your emotional well-being should be very important.
Yeah, because that links to your health and a whole lot of other things. That's your lifeline.
Back to the front of the ranch, your children.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's pros and cons. It's starting over is, you know, it's work too. But is it I mean, for my situation, it's a higher chance of work that's worth putting in.
Right.
Versus,
right.
You know.
Right. You know, and that's what we mean about, you know, and I think we'll get into that the next segment, you know, that whole opportunist way of thinking that a lot of people go through. I think, you know, men and women, I'll let you speak for your side and I'll speak for my side. You know, I think we should take a quick break and we'll be right back. How's that sound?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Carlos, Telecom Express, located at 6530 Casper Avenue in Philadelphia, Northeast Philly. Simple Mobile, we love it. Philly loves Simple Mobile. Why? Because it's green. We love it. It's simple. That's why it sells. We have phones, we have just a SIM, we have unlocked devices, we have all the accessories that you need, speakers, we do everything here. Besides that, we can repair any phone. We also do money transfers to any country in the world. Wherever you need to send money, we can help you as far as that, paying bills, all your utilities, everything that we do, we can help you out. We've been here for 20 years, so our service is guaranteed. Go Birds!
All right, here we are back at Real Talk 2.0 Monday edition. I'm going to tell you, I miss doing this. I'm excited to be literally back in the saddle. And again, this is a great conversation about love, especially in springtime. You know what I'm saying?
I guess. I mean, I passed that age. It's not, you know.
How do you pass spring?
No, I'm saying I never was. You know,
no, I'm not saying that you're out there looking, but spring does, the season itself brings it. I've heard you say, oh, I love springtime.
Yeah, I like the springtime. I don't worry about nobody else.
Oh, okay.
I like the springtime.
Wow.
For my personal reasons.
So I'm just outside the spring bubble. Yeah, no. But one of the things that we did mention earlier was the word opportunist in relationships. I think you, as we went to break, you kind of worded it a little bit differently. How did you word it?
I don't remember. You know I don't be remembering stuff. I don't know. How did I word it?
Well, if I'm asking you, why would I have the answer to what's going on?
I
in your
really,
brain?
the people that listen regularly know this is not abnormal, so I really don't remember.
Story of my life. all right. We'll just go with the word opportunist. I think I touched base on it, where people get into relationships for all the wrong reasons. And you know what makes it sad to me is not only because you will be hurt. Trust me, when you get into a relationship for the wrong reason, both parties get hurt. You know, we tend to say to ourselves that the hurt is less because we got what we wanted. But trust me, you walk away hurting. And you know, this is another reason why I want to bring guests on to Real Talk 2.0, because these are our opinions. You know, of course, comments, feedback, always important. Always love to hear from you guys. But if you're a couple, you know, business owners or not, but like having lively conversations, you know, on subjects like this, you know, please send me an email to worldofredmedia@gmail.com. A quick bio. We can make this happen. We're back to opportunities. Because that just sounded like a shameless plug. But, you know, and it wasn't me being an opportunist, but I think a lot of people don't look at the collateral damage that they actually cause when they go into relationships for the wrong reason. We all hear about the tax time, you know, relationships, you know, where Big Mama's got a man every year around this time of the year. You know, when the money's gone, that man is gone. You know, we all hear about the females that just want the sugar daddy. You know, it's not about nothing else but he's a sugar daddy. You know, again, you know, there's a lot of damage that happens on both sides. You know, a lot of people look at a relationship, let's just say the sugar daddy relationship. A lot of people look at that and say, oh, well, he's getting what he wants and she's getting what she wants. But where's the substance in it? Where is the growth in? Then just stay buddies. Don't go around saying you in love. Don't go get married.
Oh, that's what they say.
Don't go around. If it's a friends with benefits situation, label it as such. You know, don't introduce this man or this woman to your close associates or friends or family.
Like, did they not if it's a sugar daddy? But I'm just saying. I mean, I've never. I couldn't do it.
Look at Hugh Hefner. The guy that ran Playboy all those years. You know, he was actually dating 21-year-old twins when he was in his 70s.
Right. But
you to them, what do you think he was?
Well, I think with Hugh Hefner, you know, specifically, he knew that, you know, that's what he wanted to attract. Opportunists. Young ladies that were opportunists, so he could, you know, and then he was being opportunist on his end also, you know, getting with the young women. So I think like with those types of situations, it's just like opportunists. It's not a one-way street.
But we don't look at it. I don't think.
But then again, I wasn't there. So.
We don't think that would be kind of freaky. But you know, I think couples that go into relationships under this guise of, you know, I guess being this is a real relationship, but deep down inside, you know, I'm an opportunist, and I think you're an opportunist too. You know, we don't always realize the hurt, because that might work for that moment. That might help you get a few bills paid. That might help you get your hair and nails done so you can go attract what you really want to attract. You know, that can help your ego as a male, because I've got this, you know, hey, she's 21, 22, look at me. It's mine, son. That's mine, son. And you're going around with this mindset day by day by day, but there's always that day when you're going to want something more, something substantial, something that has weight in the situation. You know, and you know, again, these are my opinions. You know, I mean, for many males, especially in our community, that's the thing now. You know, that really is the thing. Go get you a youngin. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody's parent. But I'm just saying.
But okay, so if you want to touch that subject, in our communities, there's somebody's parents that just don't care.
Yeah, that's it.
There's somebody's parents that just don't care. It's like, oh, you're 50 years old and my daughter's only 19. What are you doing with her? You know, but then the opportunist aspect comes in. Be like, oh, well, we started talking because she was telling me that you need help paying your bills, and here's the money to pay your bills. You know what I mean? But, it goes, it's like we say we have love for our children. How many times do you watch the news or see a news article where they're talking about a child that is doing something wrong that has been arrested, okay? And I know this is off subject, but it's still about a relationship that has been arrested, and you usually see the mother acting blind and oblivious. I have no clue what's going on. He played basketball for this school over here. He always helps out in the community. It's like, man, you didn't notice that he had a 72-inch TV in his bedroom? Man, you really didn't notice that he's buying $500 sneakers every weekend? And where did you say he worked at again? This is what I'm saying. It's the collateral damage. It hurts everybody involved when you seek or put the label of love on the wrong thing.
Right. Yeah. So, we're talking about opportunities because that could be a whole different situation.
Well, you're supposed to be taking
a lot of
times,
I say sometimes you don't even know what them children be doing. You really don't.
Right.
But
no. I can't sign off. No,
sometimes.
If you have a teenager living in your house, in my mindset, okay,
you should know what's going on.
You should know what's going on with that child.
Right.
At any given stage, you should know that child's friends. You should know where that child frequents, where he hangs out at, the things that he does with other people. You should know that as a parent. That is the responsibility of a parent.
Yeah, but I know as a teenager, there's a lot of stuff I did that my parents had no clue.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that I did, but you must have done it in a respectful way, not to bring up any red flags.
Right.
So,
that's what I'm saying.
If you're doing that stuff, if your child is getting a 72-inch TV delivered from Best Buy,
that right there,
that brings up a question.
A huge red flag. No, I meant like clothing. Children can hide.
It's ways to do that. Yeah, I borrowed this from my friend. I get that, but when they have every major game system and you're giving them $20 a week for allowance, you've got to figure out. It's like, what are you doing this for? Yeah. When they giving you money, I'll pay this bill. So
that's the mother or father or both parents, grandma, auntie, whatever, being an opportunist.
Right. That's what I'm saying, and that's what I say about these opportunist relationships. We seem to paint a glistening, colorful, not only validate it to ourselves because we know what we're doing, but to validate it to the rest of the world. Again, we come back to that strange word, validation and acceptance.
Right.
So you want to tell all your girlfriends, oh, no, I know what I'm doing. Or you want to tell all your homeboys, oh, no, I know what I'm doing. You just don't get it. Yeah,
usually with the girls, though, if she's using, then the friends know. They know about it. I'm just saying that from my experience, that everybody knows. Like, the close friends and stuff know.
Right.
It's like, okay, we pulling up the so-and-so house, everybody just
act normal. No side faces. No nothing. Just act normal. Let her do what she needs to do.
Jokes around, like don't say nothing. So
So no, I get it. I think just to take the male's point of view. Guys do it, but I think there's an old saying. It's like men think they can lie, but men can never lie as well as a woman. And I think, that's why women get to pull this off, they're still going to have damage because there's going to come a point where, once again, that woman is going to want to settle down. That woman is going to want to raise a family. How many times can you uproot yourself and just move to a different state?
Right.
How many times can you hit that reset button and start over? Again, we begin to age. We begin to age, and you may be looking at a person that actually got that spark when they were around you years ago, and they watch you rip, roar, do your thing. Now they want nothing to do with you because you don't fit into what they believe love should be.
Right.
They're always worried. You got to remember, as much as people look for validation, there are people out there that are already validating you without your permission, and the validity that they give to your life might not be true.
Right.
They might not understand.
Right.
But at the same time, we're not worried about that. We're worried about moving forward people with all lives.
Right.
And to a certain extent, men do it too. They take advantage of the situation.
Yeah.
You know, there's, you know, that whole saying, there's somebody for everybody. There's a lot of truth in that. There's a lot of truth in that. Because there's a man right now looking for a woman that nobody wants. You know, and might have a really good job. And might have a couple of cars. And might have her own house. And that becomes prey.
Yeah.
That becomes prey. You know, there are people, I'm not going to say names, but I know people that, you know, they religiously go to the gym and work out, and not for health benefits, you know, and they be at the club. Let it be, in New York, they used to have this thing called Chubby Chaser nights. You know, and they be at the club, and this is how they made their money. What do they call them back in the day? Gigolos, or what do they call them?
Oh, the guys that live off of women.
Yeah, you know, it's unfair because sooner or later, you know, they're gonna figure it out, and everybody, again, the collateral damage. They're heartbroken, but you're probably getting kicked out 5 minutes after they figure it out with no place to go.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, I guess when men are younger, you know, I guess the mindset to plant my seed or at least till the ground wherever I can go. You know, that's the thing that's what teenagers do. I'm good with that. I'm actually good with that. But when you become an adult, you know, your whole purpose is, let me see how many people I can bag over the weekend. You know, no, I'm serious.
You trying to see how long you gonna live. You know how I feel about that.
The diseases and everything else. I get that.
Yeah,
but what about the potential hurt?
Yeah, that's hurt too.
Because
that's hurt on top of hurt.
What do we call it? I can kick game. So game is something that you play, and therefore you're playing with someone else's emotions.
Yep.
You're making someone have that trust of you that, hey, listen, boo-boo, this is on the up and up. I really dig you. Why don't you take off those pants? You know what I'm saying? And there's women, and women do it to men too.
Yeah, they do.
Women do it to men too. You know, we have to have some kind of a moral compass when it comes to relationships, or don't call it a relationship.
Right.
Stop going around telling people, oh, I love you, if you don't love them.
Right.
If you don't have any feelings for them, let them know, I really don't have no feelings for you, but baby, that body is banging. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
You would be surprised at the response you might get on the back end.
Yeah. What you want me to say? I don't know. Yeah, but
Isn't that what I said to you?
yeah.
No, I didn't say that. I did not say that. I literally actually felt a spark. You know.
Yeah, that wouldn't be right now. That was or we wouldn't. I mean, just wouldn't be couples. I'm serious. If you what you said,
no, I'm not that
somebody
person.
Be straight up and say that.
Oh yeah. I, you know, for most people in the world, but this is a self-serving society now. So that person, that female might be going through a dry streak. That guy might be going through a dry streak, and like, hey, listen, I'm not coming to this club again, and you know, I don't want to see you at any other club that I go to, and we got to go to a hotel 3 states away to do this. You know, you're not coming to my house. So no, I get it. That is reality. Right. That is the reality. You know, I mean, this is where, you know, one night stands or one night hookups come from. You know, you don't really know the person. 2 days later, you might not know their name. You know, but it was something that was agreed upon. Without any trickery, without playing games or kicking game or anything like that. It was just 2 people being adults and saying, hey, listen, yeah, we can bump uglies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we worry about our lives for the next 6 months, our health. I'm sorry, I'm always going to go there. It's just not.
Well, you know, you do know that there are ways. We see the posters on the road.
Yeah, but the person I am, I still be worried for the next 6 months to a year. Oh my God.
I didn't know that it was on your calendar to go out there.
Yeah, no, I said even when I was younger, it's still, it's just,
we discussed
it's a thing. It's real. People have.
We got to get to the tally of the one night stands after we get off of this.
Ain't no tally. Shit. If you start at 0 and end at 0.
Okay. Because see, that's what this real talk is.
Yeah.
Finding out stuff about
Yeah.
Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. But in any event, I think we should take a quick break. What do you think?
Yep.
Okay, and then we're going to jump right back in and kind of close this out. Definitely want to hear your comments. Definitely want to know how you feel about this. Am I completely wrong? Is she completely wrong? Am I completely right? Just let me know. You know. Hey, let's go.
Cheer. That's right. Yeah.
All right. I am so happy to be back in the seat. I'm telling you, I'm so freaking happy. So, we talked a lot about damage. You know, possible damage, you know, perceived damage, things that can be damaged. You brought up a good point during break. You want to share that with our audience?
Well, I mean, yeah, Sam, we could talk about, you know, our women becoming so strong that they're damaging themselves.
What do you mean?
Strong, like, you know, like, oh, you did this, I'm done with you, you know, I'm done, I'm cutting you off.
You know, it's funny, I just had this conversation, and we were talking about the women in our community, black women in our community, you know, and, you know, people are allowed to be who they want to be, that's fine. But I'm talking about, you know, the loud, boisterous woman, the woman that basically, you know they know everything. You can't say anything to them. You know, it's their way or the highway. And mostly because women in our society and our communities are more employable. They will always have more job opportunities, you know, than the average black male or male of color in the communities because we're seen as a threat. And this is part of the reason why not only our families but love is being destroyed. I think because women have taken this stance and agreed with basically what media is putting out there. I don't need a man. I can do all this on my own. I don't need a man. So what? We got kids. I don't need you to raise these kids. You know? So what? You know, and I think not only is it destroying relationships, it's destroying because, you know, most of the times in our communities, I'm going to be honest, we don't discuss anything. We argue. We argue because it's automatically the woman's ego just jumps in.
And the man's.
I'm trying to illustrate a point here.
Okay, go ahead. I'm about to say.
Because I'm piggybacking off of what I just said.
Okay.
You know,
go ahead.
Society has programmed the black woman to feel that they don't need a man in their lives.
I agree.
You know, and with that being said, you know, we don't discuss things because, see, you have someone walking around in their mind saying, I don't really need you. Whether it be the male or the female, at what point do you say to yourself, I don't really need you? You know, we got children, but you know what? I can raise them on my own. You know? Hey, and this is what's it, because we don't look at love, it kind of goes back to the opportunist thing of, hey, are you going to let me, who's going to stay in power here? We're not even going to split the power. I need to be running at least 75% of the power.
Right.
You know, and, you know, whether it be the male or female, you know, we was on that show, The Six, or something like that. They're like firm believers in, the woman must be subservient and always listen and you should always lead the way. You know what? If I'm in a relationship and, there's certain things that are inherent to men as far as leading the way. Guaranteed. I understand that. Okay? But let's say we as a couple hit a brick wall. Okay? So what am I going to tell you to do? Hey, listen, I'll figure this all out on my own, right or wrong. You go sit in the corner. How does that help anyone? How does that help the relationship?
Right.
I mean, you don't agree with that?
No, I agree. No, I was thinking about something. I was actually thinking about something because I think they go along in terms of the whole Kevin Samuel way and stuff, which I actually agree with a lot of it. But
But we live in today's world.
But yeah, but I mean, for the sake of this segment, women becoming so strong that I do think that because, like you said, society has them thinking, oh, you don't need a man, and then you have this program for single moms, is that program, and
right.
then it's like, okay, it's looking like it's coming to help, but really it's just coming to
further destroy the family.
Further destroy the family.
Further destroy the family. And you know what? The Kevin Samuels thing and the Six thing and everything else, there needs to come in our community. See, I think they're talking about a sport that is for the other people. Because, see, at the end of the day, they can afford to have a $3 million or $100 million divorce if it doesn't work out and go on with their lives.
All right.
We live in a community where we're not together as a people, okay? And then you put that into a microcosm where we're not even on the same page within our household.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's what...
See, that's dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really listen to a lot of Kevin Samuels, but I think Kevin Samuels was more or less trying to help, black couples, but also But I think he also was trying to make black women realize, like it's that whole high value woman thing, and high value man. But basically saying, that us women, we're quick to. I don't know, 'cause I didn't really listen to Kevin Samuels. Only came across a few clips. Okay. But basically saying, like, we can't be quick to want to expect a man
to do all
this
and that. Wait. Farrakhan said the same thing.
Right. And we're not.
Farrakhan said the same thing. We go out there and we get beat as a male, as a black man. We go out there every day and get the hell beat out of us, and to come back to a loudmouth, venomous, I'm the one in control woman, I don't need you. How do you think that makes the man want to go harder for you?
Right, or even for the woman, what they say, they want to be treated like a queen, or what's that, the new feminine whatever thing, because I'm not into all that stuff. Okay. But basically saying, you want the man to work and do this, and you do that, but you stay home, like Kevin Samuels' thing was about the weight, like come home to a job, you just stay home, gaining all this weight, and it's like, keep yourself up, at least.
Keep yourself up, but you know what, I would rather, and this is the value to a relationship to me, okay, I would rather you be a team player.
Right.
I would rather you be a person that, hey, when I come back in the house and the world is beating me down, I know that I've come into a safe zone.
Right. That's what really matters.
I love the hell out of my grandmother, but that's what my grandmother did.
Right.
She stayed at home. Dinner was on the table. I could tell by the clacks on the 5 o'clock bell, which meant my grandfather would be driving up about 15 minutes, hot steaming plate of food ready for him, his newspaper there. You know what I'm saying? On the weekends, his slippers in the front of the bed, his bathrobe right there. I get that.
Right.
No, I get that. That was that day and time. There was more opportunity for us. We did more.
Right.
We did. The world actually allowed us to do more.
Right.
But you look at today's society, everybody's scared of the black male. Right. This is what's giving rise to the Karens.
Right.
Okay, because everybody is scared. This is why we're getting shot down in the streets.
Right.
Everybody is scared of the black man.
Right.
The black woman shouldn't have to be scared of the black man.
Right.
Again, Farrakhan said this, and it wasn't on no Kevin Samuels joke.
Right.
It's like, hey, this is why a lot of women find themselves alone. This is why they're on social media saying, I can't find a man. Because you've been labeled throughout your community as the cray-cray.
Right.
Either
that or yeah. I mean, I've had friends that left relationships for reasons I'm like, did you really love them? Because that wasn't really something.
That's the thing. Back to the front ranch.
They had to break up over. And a lot of younger girls, they was, this whole with this whole spiritual awakening, I think in general people are ruining relationships
because they don't understand.
Because they don't really understand it. Like you don't just cut people off. Like, oh, you stepped on my foot, I'm done with you. Don't ever come.
Done, son.
I just don't want nothing.
You out of here.
It's not about just cutting people off, like left and right. It's like
it's finding balance.
Balance and it's or these people, is this a pattern? Just like, for instance, and I mean, a lot of women probably disagree with me. And, you know, it's not giving nobody a ticket, not you, or, you know, but, like, if a man, honestly, I mean, it's not a mistake. Cheating is not a mistake.
It's not. It's
but
a
say a
conscious
man
decision.
cheats and it's like one time. Say you've been together 15 years.
Right.
You know, never cheated. It's like a co-worker, you know, she pushed up on him and maybe you and him haven't, I don't know, whatever. For whatever reason, something happened. Maybe didn't even go, you know, all the way.
You don't get no pass. I'm just gonna let you know.
No, I'm not. You ain't getting no pass, but
Okay.
I'm saying.
You don't get no pass.
I'm saying, if she, you know, found out somehow, I don't think that's necessarily a reason to call it quits. Maybe it's
Take a break.
take a break,
Yep.
yeah, you know.
Take a break.
But
You know, because first of all, if something like that happens, see, this is why we go back to our very first conversation: trust, loyalty, respect.
mhm,
If something like that happens, that means that there was no trust, there was no
Right.
loyalty, and there was no respect.
right.
So that means there's no reason to let the relationship continue. No matter
If
how
you're a married woman, you have children with him, you know he takes the best care of you. Now, okay, after it's funny because me and my son, we had this talk because I'm not going to say which
Yeah,
one
don't
or
tell us.
order or at, but he was like, "Oh, mom, you know, girls nowadays don't know what love is." I'm like, "Is it because somebody cheated, you know, and somebody wanted to break up?" He's like, "Well, you know, no, it's not just that. Girls just don't know what love is nowadays," and that's what it really was.
Right.
It's like, you know, boys, I think, you know, I was like, okay, so do men think that love is you take me back? That's not
No, it's
love.
not.
Take me
It's
back
not.
after the second.
It's not.
The first time, I mean, that's just me. The first time, at this age, it probably wouldn't. But, you know, a couple years ago, the first time, okay. But, you know,
Yeah, but
once you make
see-
it a habit, it's no.
But see,
It has
this
nothing
is,
to do with
this
love.
Is, this is why I mean that there's no conversation
Right.
in our community.
Mhm.
It's always, it just goes straight from, you know, I want to talk to you about something to the reason being is because we have brought into the media's viewpoint of it's not important. Our
Mhm.
families, our unions, our relationships are not important.
Right, because if we do stuff, you would think about the children.
Right,
You would think
right.
about,
You know, I never see commercials outlining that.
right.
Keep your family together.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, raise smart kids and keep your family together.
Right.
There's no commercials like that. You need help. You need to get out your relationship. There's a commercial for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is your are you uncomfortable in your current situation, relationship?
Mm-hmm.
There's a commercial for that.
Yeah.
You know, but there's no commercials or there's no training. They don't teach this in school that love is energy. It's energy that circulates. It's like how we rotate around the sun. We
Right.
just keep on going around the sun. You know, the sun gives us energy, and thereby we get life.
Yeah. And it's not always going to be happy times, though. I'm thinking.
Oh, this is gonna be bad times.
Yeah, when I was younger, I'll never forget, I went for OBGYN in the bathroom. They had the domestic violence
Yeah.
thing and the little slip. And I said, damn, there ain't no slips. It's like one slip left. I said, all these people can't be getting domestic violence. But it was also a list of all the things that fell under domestic
Right,
violence.
right.
I said, well, God, I got all these young girls thinking that, you know, oh,
They're in a bad
he
relationship.
argued with me. I'm going to take one of these slips. I'm in a domestic violence
He
situation.
forgot to put the toilet seat down. That's mental anguish.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I'm
come
like,
on.
yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, guys, definitely, I know we went a little bit off track here and there, but, you know, this is what Real Talk has always been about, you know, our true feelings. Again, your comments, how you feel about it, always important to us. Please share it. You can go to the redmediaradio.com page. There's actually a Facebook. You don't even have to leave your name. You can sign as a guest and leave your question or comment, and I'll get back to you as soon as humanly possible. But, hey, we're back. We're back. I know a lot of people thought we gave it up, but we're back. We just need to do some thinking, some planning, and plus, you know, my vampire years are starting to climb, so I wasn't feeling too great. But I'm glad that we can have conversations like this, and you know, keep the conversation going, because that's what Real Talk is all about. You know, if some of what we said resonated with you, keep the conversation going. Become our spokespeople. Go out there and let people know that, hey, do you really understand what love is all about? You know? And with that being said, I'm Red.
And I'm Latif.
You already know. Love you guys.
You've busted your ass to get to this stage.
Now that you've made it, where is the support?
Where are your family and friends?
Where are the people that you dropped everything for to be just there for them?
Where is the love and support that you need?
Why do you even care? At this stage, why do you care?
World of Red Media has your back.
I gotta ask you again, why do you even care? Because World of Red Media LLC has marketing and promotion packages that makes it easy. Contact World of Red Media LLC, the offices of World of Red Media LLC, 518-291-9186. Because I'm going to tell you something. No matter what they do, we have your back. World of Red Media Marketing. We have your back. I don't care about those other people. I just don't contact us. We got your back. Marketing and promotions made easy.